can't even. What's good, people? Uncle Hotep back at it again. Trying out this new YouTube studio, studio. I like it the old way. This is absolute garbage. But here I am. How's everybody going? Fuck off. NFL Sunday is kicking off. Everybody's happily watching football. I didn't watch any. Took my daughter to the park. I took my other daughter to watch some Pee Wee football, which was kind of cool. But I kind of made a mistake because now she saw they had a group of cheerleaders cheerleading. Oh, Daddy, I want to be a cheerleader. I'm like, oh, what you get the fuck on? Oh my gosh. Of course, I'm getting errors. I seen the Eagles won. Broncos play tomorrow. Is everybody happily watching football? Are we happy? America's whole again. Football is back. And I don't know what else to say. I don't know. I'm not a big football fan anymore. I used to be a big football fan. I haven't watched really football in like, I want to say, it was before the Capix incident. What's up, Galaxy? Welcome aboard. First one in the chat room. I thought I was going to be all talking to myself tonight. I have no problem with that. I grew up an only child, so I can get those solo bars off. But yeah, everything's right in the world, right? Football's back. Everybody is, the bread and circus for the masses is back. It seemed like the timeline on Twitter just went right back to football. Shit, they watching the shit now. I can't tell. Well, it was crazy. Mike Scott for the Eagles. For the Sixers went, I guess he's from Virginia. He went to UVA. Now he's like a legend on the Sixers. The Sixers fans love Mike Scott. There's a Mike Scott hive and all that. And I guess he went to the stadium in his Redskins gear. And people told him, don't do that, man. People told him. And he ended up getting a fight. He just threw somebody down. Like, the guy's 6'8", you know what I mean? He's going to be way bigger than any normie. You know what I mean? This guy, some old white dude rushed him. He got pushed to the ground. That's how crazy and sick, Eagles fans can be, man. I swear to God, they're sick, man. Eagles fans are sick, man. Demented. Philadelphia sports, man. There's been a couple of people that died, but for real, Mike Scott should count himself lucky. There's people that have died out there in Veterans Stadium in the Philadelphia, that Philadelphia entertainment complex. I know one guy, I went to college with him. This was after a Phillies game. They jumped some dude, killed him. I think his name is Scotty Bowers. Oh, what the fuck was his name? He killed somebody. They beat him up, beat him to death at a goddamn baseball game. When Michael Irvin broke his neck on that field. The Eagles fans cheered. The man was almost paralyzed. Will the anti-Betsy Ross flaggers go in on the Sixers jersey? Oh yeah, their new alternate one has like, I guess the Betsy Ross like circle thing. I don't know. I don't think they'll be that bad over it. Antonio Brown, yes, you gotta talk about this shine. Basically he finessed his way off the Oakland Raiders. He didn't want to play with the Raiders anymore. I'll probably go as far as say it. His agent was like, "Hey man, if you can get yourself off the team," I talked to Belichick. They said they'll take you. What did he do? Ain't that a bitch? Oh man. So like, I don't know. That's crazy. Like, but I said like I don't really keep up with football anymore. I don't. If it's on, I'll watch it. But I'm usually doing something else anyway with the kids, or creating my own content or stuff like that. So I'm like, I don't really have time for it. I don't know, watch a few minutes of a stream while plus the one thing AB is black privilege. Come on, man. What is black privilege on AB? He's anybody that's the top of their profession, right? Get some leeway. Let's be perfectly honest. That's no matter what the profession is. Somebody's going to be willing to take another chance to give that person another shot. But I would say there was some strange stuff going on here, man. And I'm not too sure the NFL doesn't want this to happen from time to time. Nobody's kneeling. Nobody's protesting. You just got some black man that loves to dye his mustache and beard acting crazy to get off a football team. That's lame in comparison to what they've been dealing with the last couple of years. So I'm pretty sure Roger Goodell was like, thank God, we just got normal problems again. Like, that's it. And what did he call his... I've seen a lot of things. I guess he called Mike Mayock a cracker, I think. And I've seen a lot of people going back and forth. Oh, cracker and N-word's not the same. Well, I mean, obviously not the same. They're two different words, genius. But to say cracker isn't a slur or isn't used as a slur is like, come on, man. Like, just like, can we stop? Can we just stop? Can't believe the Eagles won. Come on, man. He's gonna be all right. The Eagles gonna be all right. As long as Deshaun Jackson stay healthy. They need that deep threat. But I guess they looked all right. I guess the Cowboys are looking all right. Please hit the thumbs up. Please hit the share button. Who am I kidding? Nobody's watching. Everybody's watching football. For real. Open at night, football. People are glued to the TV. I bet you the TV numbers go back up this year. Yeah. AB just worked the NFL system to his benefit. Nothing more to be said. That's all he did. I mean, I hope it works out for him. I'm not sure if Brady is like Brady's still accurate, but I'm not sure his arm. Like he's lost some velocity. Let's be real here. Like he's not gonna be able to throw the ball as hard as he did like 10 years ago, or even when Moss was playing with him. So we'll see how good he is with him. Tulsi is on who? David or Rubin? What a surprise. Yo, did anybody see Tulsi work out? Did you see her workout, Dylan? The Tulsi workout video is something to be believed. Seen. She was putting in work, boy. She said 600 reps of legs. I went to the gym and did 3 exercises I seen Tulsi doing. I was tired as hell. I was sweating my ass off. Bullshit you not. You know, I don't know. Tulsi's still... Sorry about the yawning. Tulsi's still trying to be out there, you know, get her name out there, I guess. But we'll see. Dylan, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to mean occupied, not organized. But I'll let you get away with that. Come on, Dylan. Now I know you're working for somebody, man. You know, Dylan's not organized, man. It's occupied. Them cats didn't get shot on Ruby Ridge for you to be messing up. Lord have mercy. Tulsi is a MILF. Would y'all stop with this, man? She don't got no children. She is not a MILF. She's not a MILF. No kids. Well, some people say that's the best MILF to have. A MILF and no kids. But she's definitely in shape. She's definitely a soldier. You definitely, you know, she worked out as a soldier. Galaxy's starting to glow. But yeah, Tulsi, man, that workout was good. I tweeted her. I was like, yo, all you have to do is do a workout video for fundraising. She'll make all the debates. You know what I'm saying? That's all she has to do, man. That's all she has to do. Do a workout video. Have your GoFundMe right there. And you'll have all the people you need. Cougar. Yeah, there you go. Cougar. Cougar is the best description of Tulsi Gabbard, I think. Not MILF. I heard another guy, a billionaire guy, is making the debates. I guess not the ones on the 12th, but the next ones. Like, how is he making? He just gonna come in off the. He got 2% in Nevada allegedly. Democratic Party ain't shit, man. They're not. They're really not. Essence had a poll, and for the Democratic candidates for black women, who did they pick? Trump got 1%, but 26% said undecided or they don't want to answer. And I think Biden was first, Biden, Kamala, then Warren. That was from Essence. I think the Essence magazine is a little older demographic. Biden is half dead. Hey, he can be half dead all he wants. If the Democratic Party wants to win, they'll try to cover. All they have to do is try to do the same thing they did with Hillary. You know how Hillary was half dead. Let's be real. Dylan. He's not as half dead as Hillary was in 2016. Hillary is falling all over the place, coughing on the mic, dying. That was half dead. Biden is not half dead. He's just got dementia. He's just either he's forgetting stuff on purpose because, like I said, the Democratic Party wants to lose. They don't want to win. They want Trump to have another 4 years so they can blame Trump for everything. That's how I see it. So he's not as bad as Hillary was. And they got Hillary over. So it's not impossible. See, I just don't think, I don't know. I don't really think they want him in there because he could mistakenly win the election if he does well in debating Trump and the Midwest thinks, well, screw it. We didn't want to vote for Hillary, but we'll vote for Biden. He's not that bad. So that's why I think they got him out there. He has the beginnings of Alzheimer's. Yeah, he might have, he's old, man. Everybody's brain goes at some point, really. Oh, that's right. No, it's almost September 11th. It's September 9th, 8th. I forgot about that. I don't think anything's going to happen to him. You think something that's going to happen to Biden? And believe me, the president has a big stick. Pause. Yo, that's hilarious. Biden's a piece of work, man. He's definitely crime mob boss. You saw how he's sticking it to people in the Ukraine. Swallow a little for Biden. That's crazy. Come on, man. Michelle. I wish y'all stop with these Michelle rumors, man. Like, I don't even know what to say, man. I'm like, I'm for certain she's not a male, a man, a transgender, whatever you want to call it. She just isn't. You gotta understand, black people have a higher testosterone than everybody else. So if you just follow that logic, some cats is just gonna look bigger. The Biden gaff reel. See, that does. I mean, that will hurt him in. That will hurt him in these Democratic debates. But he just said, "Oh my God, I gotta go to bed. I'm tired. I didn't know I was this tired." Come on, Dylan, man. See, Dylan, this is where you guys go wrong at, man. Because even if that's the case, nobody fucking gives a shit. Like, that doesn't prove anything. Like, saying Michelle Obama is a dude. This is why I'm like, you guys are fucking dumbasses, man. They'll start, and I bet you the NSA, CIA floated that rumor out there to fucking whoever, what right wing, I don't know, who's Michael Savage or something like that, and they took it and ran with it. And see, y'all don't understand. The rest of the public looks at y'all like saying this, like, what the fuck is your problem? And they look at you, Dylan, saying this, zog that. Like, what the fuck? Nobody's going to believe you now, dude. Like, shut the fuck up. I don't understand you guys. You guys blow it every time. You blow it every time. And you don't understand how they make y'all blow it. It's just like, it's the same thing with Alex Jones. They send these people that say, the towers weren't hit. They were hit with holograms. They send those people out there to discourage intelligent thought about something, about this that's a subject. So if y'all are sitting out there on crazy left field Dylan, no, Dylan, no, Dylan, stop. Y'all have to stop that, period. Because a lot of y'all believe that. I bullshit you not. People be in my DMs saying it like, oh, look at that. I'm like, y'all sitting there believe this shit, man. Like, I can't believe y'all fall for this shit. It's not that it's a troll thing. Some of y'all actually believe Michelle Obama's a transgender. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like I just said, man, black people have a lot more testosterone, and y'all know that. So, I mean, people going to look different. They're, like, I don't know. Y'all's wild for that, man. Like, and Dylan, if you wonder why people don't believe y'all when y'all talk about who influences our government, that's the reason why. It's y'all crazy asses doing fucking saying ridiculous shit, and people believe it. And people think y'all believe that. Dylan, you see, Dylan, you're not getting it, man. I know you don't speak for anybody else, but you're already grouped in a group because of what you say. Hold on, Dylan. What did you say? The second thing you tweeted, you put in the chat. Zionist organized government, Dylan. That's the second thing you tweeted, man. I mean, you put on the chat. But you say you only represent for yourself. No, you know what you do? What you were representing? You're representing everybody that says Zog and everything else. So when somebody says Zog and all this other stuff, and then you follow it up with Michelle Obama's a man, who's going to believe y'all? Hey, I'm done with it, man. But that's how the redacted trick y'all. And that's how they get over on y'all. See, y'all think you got to think like them, man. You're not thinking like them. If you can't think like them, you can't play you can't be on the chessboard with them. You're playing checkers and they're playing chess. Dylan, all right, man. Dylan, I'm telling you how other people see you guys, Dylan. That's how I'm telling you. Anybody that says anything like that, they're going to group them in there like that. That's just how it is. Until y'all persuade the majority of American people to believe, that actually think like that, or to look at certain evidence and be like, hey, man, that might be going on. That's how it's going to be. Jonathan Berman started the tranny thing. Dylan, no, they don't. Dylan, stop. Stop, Dylan. Dylon, stop it, man. Nobody has said that since like the 90s, man. The 90s, that's when people was talking with the ranch, the budding ranch and all that. Waco and all that. OKC and all that. Nobody talk that no more, man. Now y'all say deep state. Nobody says Zog, man. Stop it. Now I'm starting to believe you're a glowy. Now you're glowing, man. Come on, CIA, man. Stop it. Dylan, I just told you what to do. You got to beat them at their own game. That's all you have to do. Was Obunga an ancient alien? Who is Obunga? Yeah, but Dylan, you say Zionist like John McCain set out to say he's a Zionist. Joe Biden said he's a Zionist. You know what I'm saying? So what does that mean, dude? What? What are you going to do? It's politically correct to say that. Y'all lost that battle. All right, Tanner. Check it out, man. Who's playing now? Is there a football game on now? What up, Hotep Jesus? Hotep Jesus in the house. I got nobody in there. Everybody's watching football. Dylan, if we already got Trump, who's the who said I don't know, Bibi said he's the greatest president for Israel. I mean, he's got a town named after him in what is it? Somebody give me the damn the Golan, the Trump Heights. What do you suggest then? Stop trolling, man. What the fuck? Michelle Obama's not a man. Why would you, like, I don't understand how y'all don't understand. If y'all keep saying far out shit, that makes everything you say less credible. Even if you're trolling. This is how they got over on 9/11, and you should know that. So why would y'all do it? Oh, the interview I was talking about with Charlemagne was he interviewed Peter Buttigieg, our good boy Sweet Pete, on the Breakfast Club. And they're trying to they got a problem with Pete. Like, I think they would rather put Pete up there because it does two things. Pete isn't going to win. Right, because the Midwest is going to look at it like, I know he's from Iowa, Idaho, whatever, but other people are going to be like, no. But this will help push their agenda further by having it in there, because they'll blame it on, the country. If Pete doesn't win, the country is homophobic. If he wins, the country is, we're progressive now. We're further progressing. It's a litmus test almost. But so I think they want to put that litmus test up there, but he he doesn't get over on Black Americans. Nobody's voting for him. They had that Essence poll, right? Trump had 1%, right? Peter Buttigieg had 0. That's how much, and that was only Black women. But that's how the Black women aren't voting for him. And if you can't get the Black woman vote, you're not getting the Black vote. It's as simple as that. So they put Peter on the Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club in Charlemagne is one of those. He's the gatekeeper. He's one of the gatekeepers to Black America. The establishment, the redacted, the lizardmen, whatever you want to call them. They anointed. They have the special Negroes they talk to because they can relate to these guys. They'll listen to what they'll say. They got dirt on them in case they say something wrong, right? So I don't know how Charlemagne became one of them guys. I guess when he cleaned his face up, everybody was like, "Hey man, Charlemagne. Charlemagne's the guy." So they put him on. They put Buttigieg on the Breakfast Club. And they're talking about Lil Nas X and how, was it important? Because, Lil Nas X was on, LeBron James's barbershop show. And there was a little thing between him and Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart was asking, why was it important for him to come out? And, Lil Nas X said his thing. And then Peter Buttigieg, he was talking about that because he knows Black America was watching that. So now he's going to be hip because he's watching Lil Nas X and LeBron James barbershop show, right? This is how far they're trying to get Peter Buttigieg to get some Black votes, which he just isn't going to get. They're going to blame, I guess, homophobia on it. I don't know. I mean. I would have to. I wonder if Peter was Black, I'm sure he would get some black women votes, right? I don't know how much, but I don't know. I can't answer. I mean, I have sneaking suspicions why. Um, I think a lot of people feel a lot of people in Black America feel like just because a person is like a white gay male isn't really is just as racist as everybody else. That's why I think they'll reference like Ed Buck and all this other craziness. I don't know. They're just not. They don't feel him. They don't. He doesn't seem. That's just called being a gatekeeper, a career movie. Hey man, if you're a gatekeeper, man, that's big. That's big money, man. So that's the interview. It's on if you go to I think it's hot no it's Power 10. Just type Breakfast Club Peter Buttigieg and you should come up in YouTube. That's the interview. Um yeah, I mean like anybody can be racist. It doesn't matter your gender, your sexuality, or anything like that. People. Some people like are, I mean, more comfortable around people of their own skin. Not to say that makes you a racist or anything, but I don't know. You're preoccupied with other people. I guess I don't know. Yeah, he just doesn't move the needle, and I don't think I'm not really buying his support. Um, he, I think it's media driven. He's got a lot of media coverage. Tulsi Gabbard has gotten nowhere near the media coverage that Peter Buttigieg has gotten, especially on like CNN and everything else. Now, Tulsi has got media coverage like on Fox. She's on David Rubin, on alternate, media. But how much does the black population watch that stuff? It's how much do the neoliberals in the Democratic Party watch that stuff? I don't know. It's I think she's probably knowing she's not going to get it done. She's probably setting herself up for the future, and that's the smart move for her. Play her cards right. I don't think she has to switch parties. I think hopefully the Democrats lose again, and then they say, "Hey, man, let's move to the center a little bit and stop moving to the left." Shut up, Tanner. Shut. Tanner, I'm sick of you, man. Oh my god. Dylan, I don't know who the hell Kathy Zhu is. Talk about Robert Mugabe. He's dead. Didn't he? Rest in peace, Mugabe. I don't know. I don't really. I do follow a lot of Africans on Twitter. Ed Asante. There's a couple of other jokers. Mukhtar. He's Ethiopian. And I found somehow I got tied up, and there's a lot of South Africans that follow me on Twitter. They're cool. Shout out to the South Africans that follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really adept on African history and African politics. To be honest, I'm telling you, I know next to nothing. Like on their political, I know Malema is in South Africa and stuff like that. That's something on my my to do list is become more informed on you know what's going on in the motherland and stuff like that. I do want to go there one day before I die. I don't know where. Someplace safe. Someplace where I'm not gonna get jacked. I'm just joking. There's plenty of places not get jacked, but I just finished taking a piss in his eye. Come on, man. When are you gonna have the Hotep African retreat? I don't know. Hotep Jesus has been to Africa. He might be able to hook us up then. Oh, that's right. That's right. He kicked them. Didn't he kick them off the farms and he had to ask for them back? And let me talk about this, man. Because that's what I've been thinking. African politics to we was kings. I don't know. Well, there's things I do want to say about that, because you can, if we just look around the world, you can the powers that be can keep a country broke. Like Venezuela is broke because sanctions, right? let's be perfectly honest. We had Libya broke, Iraq broke through sanctions. The banking cartel is a mother. And another thing, with world history, there's certain glaring things that were outright false, that are considered true today. So I want to be careful with some of the things that are said about Africa. I'm like, I'm not really sure that's the case. But I will say, I think Africa time is coming. Sooner or later they have all the materials there. All the stuff for your cell phones and stuff like that. That's in Africa. All that the precious minerals are there. Now China is making a play there, and we're going to see how it turns out. I think China is like, hey, we'll help you out with infrastructure and stuff like that. You give us these raw materials, we're going to help you out. So it depends how far it's getting taken there. The white man came over there, was chopping brothers' hands off and stuff like that. The China man goes over there and puts the Negro to work. You see what I'm saying? See, it's chestnut chuckers. I think the West will have made a mistake by not, trying to invest in Africa. I think that's going to be telling in the centuries to come, because, hey man, if you don't got those materials and China has a monopoly on it, what are we going to do? That's thinking if there's going to be another world war, we would be we would be seriously at a disadvantage there if China has such a strong foothold in Africa with all those materials and stuff. But like one thing I think about human history, I think I don't know if I ever said this on my videos or something like that. I always think that in the Matrix, like how I forget what was the second movie, he actually talks to the architect, and the architect breaks it down like, we've killed your society like 7 times already, and we let y'all come back and you grow and shit like that. I think, and this is why with them, this is why those, what was the Wachowski brothers? That's why they turned them, no, I'm not going to say that, but I guess they turned transgender now. But anyway, I think there's some truth to that. I think the human race is a lot older than, what we are told. And I think we've had advanced civilizations on Earth before. And through whatever reason, they're not here anymore. It was probably, I don't know, what the Ice Age and the flood and things like that. So you never know what was happening in Africa beforehand. But what about native African IQ statistics? I don't care. Like, this is another thing about y'all with these IQ things. Like, nobody gives a shit about that, man. Like, how do I say this? Um, if it's low, each human race, like, all right, let me put it this way: each human race has their own pluses and minuses, and what from what I've heard from y'all, and when I'm saying y'all, I'm saying y'all in general terms, right? Like I think the common, what's the term for it? Theory about IQ differential is that I heard Khalid Muhammad say this, that they told him that the white man got smarter because he had to use his brain, because in the cold they had to think about how to survive. So they had to build stuff or something like that. That's the common, I think, theory is, right? So that kind of shows me that there's only one human race. I don't know about that. But anyway, my theory is, now my personal thinking is, like, you're the humans, what are you here for? The human body, the machine is designed to what? Survive. And you're going to adapt to whatever environment you're at. So the worry about African IQ scores when there's like a billion, like there's billions and billions of them, right? There's no lack of population there, you know. What does it mean? Like, if your IQ was that low, you wouldn't be here surviving, right? And that's another thing. Like, saying, quoting average IQ scores and thinking you automatically have that high average just because you belong to that group. I don't know. I think y'all put too much emphasis on that. Because I've seen plenty of stupid people, right, that didn't have high IQs. I've seen people that don't have IQs become rich, that can build homes and stuff like that. And then you got to understand who made the IQ scores. The redacteds did. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I don't think that's the way forward. Like, I don't know what y'all want. Like, some of y'all want to, like, I guess, human engineer the human race and stuff like that. I don't know. I think some of y'all think we're gonna get out to the stars and travel a galaxy or some shit like that. You ain't going nowhere. Fucking prison. I don't know. So I never really thought about IQ on a grand scale like that, because I don't really think, um, because that can be adjusted. You have to look at, breeding patterns and things of that nature. I hate to say it, like, in this is the culture, whatever ethnicity I belong. I don't think, like, male IQ or just smarts is looked at as a plus like it is in other races. If you take a guy that's 6'5" and he's a dummy, right? And you take a guy that's 5'4" and a genius, who you think is the woman's going after? You know, and doesn't that affect your IQ down the line? You see what I'm saying? It's bigger than just, like, saying, like, oh, they're just dummies. I mean, there's a lot more to that. You trying to stop global warming, man? Come on, man. If you're a white South African, are they Africans? See, most people are going to say no. I'm gonna say, hey man, if you're there for a couple generations, what do you want me to say, what do you want to be called? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I understand what people say that, but there's going to be a point in time in our that's because we live in it now. Like you can't we a lot of people can't think 500-600 years ahead. You know what I mean? So what if these white farmers were there for another 500 years? What are we gonna call them? We're still gonna call them Europeans, or are we gonna call them Africans? As time moves on, then you have to adjust them and say, hey man, they're no longer like they're legitimately Africans. You know what I'm saying? Like all these Chinese babies that are being made right now. Because the Asians running through some of them African women. You know what I mean? All of them are going to be born there. What are you going to call them? Yeah, long shot. It really isn't as much as it should be. I'm not to say that nobody does that, but it's not. It's really significantly down the line, further down the line that it should be, and that's probably one of the problems that you have. As a race of, I think David Carroll says, there's an African proverb: as the women go, so goes the culture. If that's what the women want to mate with, then that's going to be the IQ of your tribe. I mean, there's no other way around that. The Chinese African master race will be the new golden race. That's going to be something to see how they turn out. Y'all fucking wild, man. So I mean, I don't know, man. Like, but I will say I've never been to Africa. I'm like, you know, I really can't speak for them. You'd have to ask an African these questions. I never, you can't. Like, how are you calling somebody? You can't call somebody something they never set foot in the land. You know, there's certain unfortunate events that happen in history that you know, change lives. The slave trade. People traveled. A lot of people say a lot of blacks were already in America before the slave trade even happened. Like some of those Indians were actually black people. I halfway believe it. Matter of fact, I do believe it. That's why I'm trying to say, that and that's probably why there was such aggressive, you know, thing against the Indians. Even after all those Indian wars and stuff like that. Would it be communists and slaves? No, I'm not. See, I'm not saying your first generation, like you were just born there and you lived your whole life there. But like, if you had like generations over generations, like 3 or 4 generations have been there, then what are you gonna say? Like the Irish people that have lived in America that have been here for years, like most will say they're just American. I mean, some of them they'll say they're Irish. You know what I mean? We're Irish. You know what I mean? That's their, they'll once a year they'll go up in St. Patty's Day. They put their green on, but any other every other day they're American. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring it back to where everybody, they were Irish or Italian or whatever back in the day. They wouldn't, they was just calling everybody what they were. We was gun owners. We was Indians. We came here for giggles and hunts. Indians had slaves long before the Columbus. I believe it. Well, I mean, they were like nobody say the white man invented slavery. I mean, that's how the history books might try to make it. But at the Uncle Hotep factor, we know a lot better than that, don't we? The United States and the world only non-ethno state. I think it's the only created non-ethno state. But as you can see now, the UK is not an ethno state. Um, what else? Ireland will no longer be an ethno state. You know, what's ethnically American? How do we get on this topic? God damn it! I blame Dylan for this. I blame Dylan for this. Oh, Brazil. That's right. You're right. Yeah, Brazil. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. You know, I will say, these migrations, they're hurting, you know, the countries that these people are leaving from. To be honest, it's a brain drain and things of that nature. So I would hope it stops. Not for any particular reason, but the reason it just, you know, I think the ideal solution is for everybody's homeland to be able to sustain them, sustain the population. What we're seeing now, some of these homelands, they can't sustain the population because there's no jobs. The redacted's got wants to put the central bank in there, things of that nature. So the economy is screwed up, and the people they don't got nowhere to do or no. It's not like you can go and till a field and live off the field like back in the days. You need jobs and you need supplies and shit like that. So people just take up and run, roll out, man. I don't blame people for doing that. Ethnically American is 100% British. I don't know, man. I mean, there's been several migrations to America, man. From the Irish, because the Irish were here too. They brought the indentured servants over here too, like during the slavery times as well. The only ethnically American people are the fucking Native Americans. What the hell? That's it. If you want to be technical. Larry Elder said there were some 4,000 black slave owners per capita. That seems a little high. Do you like? I never had the Popeye sandwich, but I like Chick-fil-A better. Better customer service. You get cussed out going to Popeyes, man. I'm telling you, if you're born here, you're American. I mean, I guess. I don't see what the big deal is about all this stuff. I know um, my views are going to be different on this, but the wall is not stopped. You know what? The wall. Let's talk about the wall because the wall. Trump is. He said he's building. He's gonna have 500 miles of wall by next year. But that wall ain't gonna stop these people from coming over. You know what it's gonna do? It's gonna make a more orderly entry into America. They're still gonna come, and I think they're still gonna come at the same rate. But big business wants, hey man, we want to open these centers up in the Northwest. We need some people up there, up near Minnesota. So send more Somalians up there. That's how it's going to work. Dylan, man, you're American by nationality, I guess. Yeah, but I'm saying, how long can y'all keep that up? In 500 years, they're gonna be like, oh, they're African. Don't even know where African is on a map. Let's talk about legal migration. That is almost worse. What's so bad about it? Y'all don't like all the Indian food we got, man? They gotta pay. Legal migrations, you gotta pay, right? As long as people are paying to come over, I don't have a problem with it. And it's deeper than that because, we did have a brain drain. A lot of these legal migrations, they filled some voids that we didn't have. In tech, doctors, it's things of that nature. Now you can say, why aren't we training the natives that are in America to do those things? I agree with you, but it's not happening. For several reasons. It's the number they're coming in at. Yes, Charlemagne did switch up, man. As soon as, I knew Charlemagne was on some different stuff when he cleaned his face up, man. I knew the white man had some plans for Charlemagne. When they cleaned Charlemagne's face up, man, because he had like a skin thing where he had two black dark splotches over his face, right? And he cleaned that up. Heroin is the way China is winning the second opium war on white people. Yeah. Dylan, it's going to be that. Dylan, that's over. That ship has sailed, dog. That ship has sailed. That ship is sailed. America's not the same. Y'all complain about this. That's another thing about y'all. Y'all complain about this shit way too fucking late, man. Shouldn't have took you to 2016 to be like, what's going on here? Motherfucker, I said this shit back fucking, listen, I remember I was having conversations. My dad was saying, I was like, where? He was like, where are all these Mexicans come from? He was like, now he was under the thing like, oh, I don't mind them. He hired them to do some jobs. I'm like, man, come on, man. It's already too late for that. It's too late. Shit, if you don't know how to speak Spanish in like, I don't know, like 40 years in America, you're going to be in serious trouble, I think. Dead ass. Dead ass. Like, this should have been handled a while ago. And like, I was like, I didn't understand it. I'm like, because I was looking like, man, they're taking the jobs. Right? I said that a while ago, man. I was like, oh man, we're fucked up. We're messed up. No. As soon as they started making a little money, man, they started getting them Suburbans and everything else. It's over now. You gotta make room. And that's another thing. There's plenty of room in America. There's like plenty of room. Like in Pennsylvania, like you go outside of like, I don't know, Chester County, man, there's nothing but woods out here, dog. So there's plenty of space. Like I don't believe the overpopulation meme, man. Thanks, Dutch Slayer. Thanks for stopping in, man. But I'm actually about to get off. But I actually want to check out that Tulsi interview. But don't believe that overpopulation meme, man. I think there's plenty of room in America. Um, Somebody's just gonna have to make some moves, man. You can't be afraid to move, man. Like some people, like sometimes you gotta move states or stuff like that. Why Charlemagne's wearing eyeliner? No, but to be honest, I don't have a problem with anybody that's coming here. I'm just saying the reality of the situation is that there's going to be so many Spanish speaking people in America that if you're a non-Spanish speaking person, you're going to miss out on a lot of job opportunities. And that's the name of the game. If you can't be employable, then you're going to be out of luck. Man, we're not close to overpopulation. That's my point. We're not even close, man. Like they use this is what they do. They'll tell the white man we're overpopulated. Right? This is what they'll say. They'll tell the white man, yo, man, you can't have no baby. The white woman, you can't have no more babies, man. We're overpopulated. And some of y'all believe that shit. Then they bring the immigrants over. Tell them they have 4 or 5 kids. Nobody say a goddamn word. That's the thing. And this is where I'll go back to the IQ thing. How important is it? If your main duty as a human being is to survive. Like the man said, demographics is destiny. Y'all worried about going in space and oh, we're smarter. We went to the moon, like allegedly, right? What good is going to the moon if you can't procreate and keep a family going on Earth? What good is it? What good is going to making rocket ships if you get duped out of starting a family? If your IQ, this is what y'all want to tell me. Y'all tell me that some people's IQ is high. I'm not going to say y'all, but y'all tell me certain people have a higher IQ. Then these same people get duped out of procreating by, this alleged climate change, alleged population control. And if you sat there and thought about it, you would be like, man, they're full of shit. But y'all are the ones that are telling me this group of people has a higher IQ. While the other group of people that you say is a lower IQ, they're going to keep fucking because they know they need some babies to do the work. You tell me who's smart. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. Anyway, thanks. That's an hour. I got to get out of here. Thanks for everybody coming in. Thanks for Dylan explaining everything to us. Thanks for everybody. Reaction PR. What's up, man? Hey, Reaction, man. You might have to holler at you, man. All the people in the world can fit in Texas. See, like how big is Texas, man? Texas is humongous. There's plenty of space. Y'all gotta relax. What your best bet is to welcome the legal immigrants and try to get a hold of them politically. So before the left does. That's your best bet. But there's plenty of space in America for all of us. There's plenty. We're not overpopulated. Stop believing that meme. Stop believing the overpopulation meme, and everything will be all right. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Hotep's been told you every Thursday at 8. Please subscribe. Please share. Donate if you can. Patreon, PayPal, etc., etc. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.